as the hostage situation deepens amid Israeli airstrikes in Gaza. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says he will not agree to any truce with Hamas until all hostages taken are released. Israel says Hamas has taken 242 hostages. In Tel Aviv, protesters took to the streets calling for the release of hostages who were taken into Gaza during the Hamas attack on October 7th. Some protesters held signs that read, "No ceasefire without the return of the hostages," and "Bring them home now," while other protesters held posters with images of some of the 242 hostages taken from Israel into Gaza by Hamas. The protests came on a day when U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken held meetings with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and other officials at the Kiryat, Israel's military headquarters in Tel Aviv. As the United States flies unarmed drones over Gaza to aid efforts to free the hostages, Blinken stated that while more needs to be done for Palestinians in Gaza, America remains focused on securing the release of hostages.
Remain relentlessly focused on securing the release of hostages, including American citizens.
But with Hamas unwilling to budge on releasing all hostages, the Israeli Prime Minister has vowed to step up the attacks until their demands are met.
אני הבהרתי שאנחנו ממשיכים בכל הכוח, ושישראל מסרבת להפסקת אש זמנית שאיננה כוללת שחרור חטופינו. ישראל לא מאפשרת הכנסת דלק לרצועת עזה ומתנגדת להעברת כספים לרצועה.
Meanwhile, demonstrators set up tents of empty strollers outside the United Nations International Court of Justice in The Hague, drawing attention to the plight of Israeli hostages, especially children abducted by Hamas, and to call for their release.
Hamas is holding hostages the Israeli civilians, but they also hold hostages the Palestinian civilians there. So Hamas should go, and I do hope that there will be a better future for the people who live there without Hamas, and the free world will support the Palestinian not to develop weapons, but to develop school and hospitals and university in that area. Yeah.
Israel claims that Hamas militants killed 1,400 people, mostly civilians, and took more than 240 hostages on October 7th. For 28 days now, it has responded with unrelenting airstrikes on Gaza, causing casualties, the collapse of medical services, and a civilian death toll that has now surpassed 9,200 amid protests in the Arab world. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.